In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you what is my story, and hopefully if you are over 50 and you have the anxieties and worries and concerns that I also had when I turned 50, stay with me because this video is for you. It is a myth that you cannot start something new, meaningful, and exciting if you are over 50, there is impending retirement, or you are already retired. Stay with me. I'm Linda. I'm a lawyer. I'm a former teacher. I am now a coach, and I have started writing books for my students. In this video, I'd like you to stay with me because I'm going to be looking at 3 areas of aging, sharing some experiences. When I left my 9-to-5 job and I then had time not to get up in the morning, hit the road and go to the office, I had quality time. Yes, it was unsettling and uneasy to wake up in the morning and remember that I have nowhere to go, that I am home. So I had time to think, to look at my life, and to consider the way forward. The first thing that I needed to understand was, why does society often get wrong aging? What's special? And for me, this was important because I was not feeling that I have reached the ceiling of my chapter. So I wondered, why? Why does society get this wrong? What is special about age, this ageism? The second thing that concerned me, I looked at experiences of the people I happen to know who reinvented themselves and were living a fulfilling life. So that helped me. It was a guide. And then thirdly, it was important for me to then take action. So I'm going to be taking you these 3 stages that I went through. Let's start with the first one. Stay with me on this one. Why does society still get wrong this whole question of age? Where is this coming from? There seems to be this limiting belief that aging means being frail. Aging means a body that is no longer functioning properly, a mind that is no longer sharp, which is a myth. And this is very important because, as you may know, we now live long. So, to me, being over 50 is like being just 30 years old. It just works like that. So it just did not make sense. And I went through the whole thing. I also realized that aging is an industry. Particularly we women, we do invest a lot when it comes to the cosmetic industry, the anti-aging. But I went further to then say, it doesn't matter. The important thing is the inside. It is not the outside. Yes, it is important for particularly women when they are at the age of 50 to look after their bodies and move their bodies because of the biological nature of our bodies. However, that does not mean that you can be pouring dollars and dollars in your outside. I became very particular about the health inside me. And then thirdly, I took action, as I indicated. So, let me share with you what happened to somebody very, very close to me, a retired theatre sister in London. When my aunt turned 70, she just decided not to stay at home. She went and started designing at the London School of Economics. She would also take piece jobs just to go and look after elderly people in homes. She earned so much money in her retirement that she bought a beautiful home, which is an asset in South Africa. She has two homes. There is one in London and there is one in South Africa that generates income. So she invested at that stage. So I learned a lot. I also learned a lot from my father, who took early retirement and spent 20 years of his retirement. Every day, his diary was organized. She spent 20 years starting early childhood development centers. And when he was terminally ill, he handed over those projects to me, and I was faced with the responsibility of making that my father's programs in early childhood development continue. I even learned to play golf in order to raise funds. So these are people who demonstrated to me that there is nothing like being a spent force when you are over 50, you are over 60, you are over 70. There is so much you can do that is meaningful. For example, let us say you live alone because the children are gone. There are libraries. You can go grab books, because books can be your friend and they are your guide in some instances. So libraries, what about community groups? Be selective so that you associate, you become a member of community groups with interests that serve you. In my case, it's early childhood development. So I encourage you that. And then there is another thing that I have found very fulfilling, gardening and making sure that the plants or the garden that was neglected is flourishing. It makes me happy because I have quality time. I know it's funny, but I get up in the morning and I do greet the plants when I give them some water. Another very important experience, when you reach a stage where you can be flexible with your time, there is so much you actually observe. You notice what you used to take for granted as you zoom to the office, driving or whatever. So that is why I am just sharing this experience from people. And it has happened to me that slowing down has made me appreciate things that I took for granted, and the things that I did not even notice. I now treasure that, the flexibility, the space. Now, let's come to do stay to the end. So, how did I manage the transition from being a professional who is now way above 50, and I was no longer having this 9-to-5 job with a salary that reflected in my account? The money was dwindling. I was very anxious. I was worried about the bond, medical aid, and that was a reality. Actually, I thought that my savings would carry me through, say, for about 6 months. But the funds were getting depleted because I had other financial responsibilities. So the question is, how did I pedal out of that sticky patch? Stay with me if you are in that situation. If you are not in that situation, I would like to encourage you to prepare. Prepare for a safe landing. What do I mean by that? If I were to do things differently, I would say it is important to have a side hustle. Start doing something that is income generating, even on a very, very small scale, because you will need that. You will need a soft landing. You will need the security of knowing that at least there is an investment that augments what you have saved. That is very important, because I must confess, I was found wanting. I was caught off guard when I then realized the impact of not having a regular salary when I exited my 9-to-5 job. So what did I do? It was important for me to wake up and do something. Initially, I panicked. I was worried. However, spending quiet time every morning to reflect on my circumstances, I decided to invest in myself. I decided to register for a 12-month program with Launch You, and I am proud that today I am an affiliate of Launch You. I even learned to design a website. Do visit my website, click in the description below. So gradually I became confident that I was seeing the light, that the anxiety I had, I need not entertain to such an extent that I am crippled by fear, doubt, and worry. So today, I am running a very profitable, it is a business. I decided to be a digital entrepreneur at the same time. In my country, it is important to have a hybrid approach because some people still want to walk in and see you, not just in the screen. I had never spoken or recorded a video, so I came totally from the cold. I was dead scared and uncomfortable when it came to recording videos. So I remember having to stand in front of the mirror to be confident just to talk and not feel uncomfortable and worry that maybe people are going to laugh at me. So it was important that I learn just to be technologically savvy. I'm not there yet, but I had to learn, and I urge you, in this day of automation and artificial intelligence, if you are over 40, if you are over 50, rub your nose in there, do learn, because this is a new normal and nothing is going to change. Life is going to be getting faster and faster. In any case, the joy of being digitally literate, of being technologically literate, is that you can work from home. I work from home now, so I encourage you to follow that route. It is liberating. You enjoy working in a flexible and comfortable environment. Do it. I urge you, do it. So I did that. One thing led to another. It was one step at a time as I was learning. Sometimes I would be battling to get through as I was designing the website, and way after midnight, I would be battling, trying to make things work. But the good thing is that finally I made it. I would celebrate tiny little breakthroughs. So I urge you, invest in yourself. I urge you, this was another approach that helped me quite a lot. It was to read at least a meaningful self-empowerment book every day. And I mean every day. After all, books became my mentors. So that will also help you quite a lot, so that you are not found in a situation that I found myself. With me, there was the depletion of funds. It was looming, so I had to do something so that life continues. And today, I am proud to say life continues. Remember, I said to you, do stay to the end. There is a book that I wrote, and I am going to be offering this. It's an ebook, free of charge. It is a gift from me to you, because yesterday in my country, 18th of July, was Nelson Mandela's birthday. I worked very closely with Nelson Mandela, and the lessons I learned have been an inspiration. They've been a signpost. They've been a GPS for me. So do click in the description below, and I do have that book in my website. It is free until the end of July. Help yourself. So just to wrap up, that you are over 50, 60, 70, 80 means nothing. What is important, and I do want to endorse this, is that make sure that mentally, emotionally, and physically you are healthy. Don't ignore your body, the health. Get up in the morning, do stretches. I jog. You can just walk or stand outside early in the morning. The air is fresh and crisp. Just breathe. Have your breathing exercises. It is amazing how refreshing that is. It clears your mind. And then before I sign off, every morning, spend an hour. Jot down just 3 things you would like to achieve or do that day. Just 3. In the evening, look at what you aimed to achieve. If you have not achieved whatever you sought out to achieve, don't judge yourself. Tell yourself that tomorrow is another day, and do that until it becomes a rhythm, not a habit, just a rhythm, an enjoyable rhythm. Whether you get up in the morning, quiet time, take a walk, do stretches, just move, come back and jot down those things, enjoy breakfast, and just enjoy the space and enjoy pacing your life and celebrating that the experience of being over 50 cannot be bought anywhere. You matter, you are visible, you have hours of meaningful life. Do remember to press the like button and do subscribe so that I can grow this channel and share this video with the friends in case they have these anxieties. Don't fall into the trap that I fell into. Prepare for a soft landing. Thank you.